Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast, a podcast dedicated to Manchester United. I hope everyone enjoyed their Sunday. To say the least. Before we get into today's game, don't forget to hit subscribe, whether you're following on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or on YouTube, and as well as you can follow my social media as well. You can check it out at Red Devils Corner Kick Pod for TikTok and Instagram, and RD Corner Kick Pod on X as well. Little quick episode tonight. Today's game against West Ham. We sucked today. Yeah, well, guess what? Short video's done. It's a total of 1 minute and 16 seconds. That's my preview for today, ladies and gentlemen. We sucked. We sucked today. There wasn't things just didn't look right today. Obviously, the Lenny Euro injury is a cause for concern. We'll find out tomorrow. And hope for the best. He was limping. Let's hope that it's just something that he can just recover from quickly. Because again, we're 10 days away from that Europa final. So we have that going on. Just overall for the game today, it was just, I don't know. And I know people are critiquing and talking about, starting players. Why did they have this person going and so on and so forth? Listen, as a fan of this club, I can give out my predictions, but I'm not the manager. I don't know what's going on between the doors or what the decisions are, discussions with the players. We do not know what's happening. Realistically, we don't know. We don't know. He made those selections. It's done. We can critique all you want after the game. We can. I feel like there might have been some residual from the game just played on Thursday. I think mental lapses and awareness was a big factor today. Lenny Euro injury. Luke Shaw was there. We couldn't get anything going on the attack as much as Ahmad was doing stuff with the forward. We just couldn't do things to get things going. There was a struggle. And again, our attack's always been the issue. But when we look at it here, it's a massive issue. But there definitely look like some heavy boots being worn on the pitch. Players look like they're struggling. Things just did not work out well. And we the one thing I love about Ruben Amorim is this is honesty with this club. He's not afraid to speak his mind. Ten Hag was like that at the beginning. We saw things change. I hope that never changes with Ruben. But there's a cause for concern with everything going on. And I'm just going to pull up the Ruben Amorim quotes here from Fabrizio Romano. So for one that he mentioned, for me, the biggest concern is that we feel like that it's okay. The biggest problem in our club is because we are losing the feeling that we are a massive club. We need to feel it is the end of the world to lose a game in Old Trafford. He's not wrong about that. There's the last 2 seasons, or you can go back to 10 years, guys. You can say whatever you want. But yes, losing has become second nature. The last 2 seasons with this team. Let's not say the last 10 years. No, that was bad on my part. Don't get me wrong. We've had our struggled seasons, but the culture of losing is there. They don't fear it anymore. There's definitely a culture problem in United, and hopefully Ruben can change it. And listen, there's more things going on, player personnel, everything. Listen, when he took over, and I've said this on other episodes before, he basically said it is not, like, just to summarize, he knew it was going to be this way. Ladies and gentlemen, he said this in November. He said this, like, this is the way it was going to be. And I'm willing to take the time, if this is our punishment, finishing 16th or 17th in the league, and it led to next year being second. Let's just say hypothetical, and I don't care if you think I'm a dreamer. Let's say it led to a second place next year. The year after that, a Premier League. Just like, humor me, people that are listening. Like, let's say it led to a Premier League, or, next 2 years, top 6. And, year 3 with Ruben and his squad and building, and it's a Premier League. Would you not say this is, like, worth it? And I know the last 10 years have been not the greatest for United. But again, I know there's the talks about, I know Gary Neville, many people talked about, like, 9 finals in the last 10 years with the way the club has been. Like, the winning mentality, like, winning is still there. Trophies, to obtain trophies, is still there. But yes, like, 9 finals, 4 of those finals came in these 3 seasons, ladies and gentlemen. So we're looking at, some greatness. But it's, it's tough. Let's not hide it from any longer. It is tough to win. It's hard to do what United are doing. It's hard for any team to do what United, like, there has been positives over the last 10 years, and to say that there hasn't been is kind of a discredit to the club. And he wasn't wrong with another quote. Everyone is thinking about the final, but we have bigger things to think about, and we have to change a lot of things at the end of the season. We must focus on that. He's not wrong. We are, like, the fan base, the media, everyone, even the players, the way that things look today, you can see that their mind is somewhere else, whether it's a mental lapse or they're more concerned about the final, which means they're sold off on the Premier League. And he even goes on to say, it's not about the players. I'm talking about myself and the culture and the club. We need to change that. We need to be really strong in the summer. We have to be brave. We have to be really brave. If the feeling is still there in the summer, we should give space to different persons. And that, I think those go hand to hand when you're talking culture, personnel and everything. And I know this week, do I want to use this as a hot take? Because it just came into my brain right now. I know we're 10 days from the final, and 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Yeah, we're 2 weeks away from ending the season. I don't want these words to come out. But let's say this. Could we be seeing the final days of Bruno Fernandes? That's a pause right there. And I don't know if for those that do listen to the pod, if you think I'm nuts for thinking that, just with the way everything's worked, we haven't heard anything from Bruno. And I know Ruben's made his clear. I know the team has made it, like, people have made it clear. The only concern is I haven't seen a post from Bruno or even, like, an interview talking to him or asking questions. And for all we know, we don't need to hear it. For all we know, it's a no and everyone is speaking for him. But what if these are the final days of Bruno? Like, realistically, like, let's just say hypothetically, what if? And I think mentally, and I'm not saying, like, every player goes through this. You're offered a lot of money. And when I'm saying money, like, the reports, again, these are just reports. If you're getting offered a lot of money per year, and the money that he's getting, it's averaging 1.2 million a week. And now you're dedicated to a club that you love, a club that you've offered to pay for to show support to the company. And now you're getting 1.2 million a week. And the mindset is now, I've given it, and I think what they do at the Europa League final may determine. He may be satisfied with a league title like that and just walk away, and in the last 3 years, but we know what he wants to do with this club. But what if, again, it's something that just popped into my head. I didn't really know if I wanted to bring it, but what if that's the truth? What like, for real, what if that is the truth? Listen, I know I wanted to make this a game, and now I'm off topic, but let's get back to it. Again, everything just did not work out well. I was okay with the lineup. I was. When I say okay, I had questions. I was expecting Obi to start. Like I said, before I went off topic in my rant, like, I'm not the manager. At the end of the day, I do this I'm not the manager. I don't know what goes on with closed doors. But yes, today did not look right. I'm not going to criticize Amorim. I'm still Amorim in. I want him here. And I know there was a quote, and I think I heard it from someone else saying that he may walk away. And I hope that's not true. I hope he doesn't leave. But like when I say walk away, that's if the things are not going well next season, he may need to step away. But when you're hosting this club, and when I was doing this episode, preparing for this episode in my head and getting everything organized, wondering, how am I going to discuss it? Am I going to do my message to Amorim, my message to the fans, message to this club? Like, this managing this club is complicated. Wearing this badge is complicated, and Ruben is in a complicated situation, and he has been ever since he came in. He knows. He wanted to be here now, and you know what? Like, the way Ineos has handled everything, that's the worst part too. So mentally, everything that's going on, things are going off going on off the field and the corporate side, has been awful. It really has. It's been shit. Let's call a spade a spade. It's been absolutely shit. And I mentioned in the last night's episode that my rant towards Sir Jim, and like the free tickets, and I think something came out today that he'll get a voucher to. I don't know. It's bullshit. But listen, again, wearing the badge. This badge is complicated for a manager, for a player. It's not easy with what's going on, and for Ruben, you can see the mental exhaustion already there. Because and it's concern, like he's been honest, and I'm respecting that through and through. Sir Alex was honest. Ten Hag was honest. Jose Mourinho, Ranić, they were all honest. And listen, today sucked. And I said that at the beginning. Realistically, to sum up today's game, we sucked, and things just did not go right. Let's leave it there. We're all on a high from what we did against Bilbao, what we did against Lyon. We're on that high. And we go back to the Premier League and we lay an egg. And yeah, it is. And we've got 2 more games left. And I know the way the media is going to be portraying it, ripping it apart and dissecting it. And, it's like things are not going his way, and to critique the manager and to go after him. Listen, the players are on the field. He puts the players out there. It's the players. And my concern is for a lot of players is mental weakness. Like my concern at the start of the game against Bilbao on Thursday, it was mental lapses. Everything that went on in that first 70 minutes, we saw it happen today against West Ham, a team that we probably should have played better. And we did not. We didn't. Bruno was wild with his shots. Like Amado was great. Like Rasmus struggled. Like if I were to give individual rankings, I would give them an average of maybe 4.5 each. We sucked. Like what more do you want me to say? Like we sucked. I made the joke at the beginning of this saying, hey, yeah, we sucked. Yeah, that's basically it. West Ham was the better team. We couldn't get things going. I don't want to keep repeating myself. But you know what? Like, this is the type of game that we do need just to get us back to reality of, how we've been struggling. This was the reminder to the world, as much as we're heading into Europa for that final. Ladies and gentlemen, we struggled against Tottenham. Say what you want about a European final. This is still a Premier League squad versus Premier League squad. Both have been shit, but it's still a Premier League squad, and we have not been playing well against the Premier League. There can be doubts. Listen, I expect the team to be ready to go for the final, but there can be doubts. There can be. I always hope, I always hope for a win. And no matter what the scales say, I'm always going to hope for a win. Are we going to, we can keep going on about this. Listen, this isn't anything new. We've been struggling. The manager knew we were going to struggle. Everyone knew it was going to be a struggle. Every fan, for people to react the way we are is, I don't want to say astonishing, but just where have you been? I've been watching the same games as you, but I think people need to realize that we can have this in our bag. Let's just look at the history of this club. And I had this conversation with a friend or two a week or two back. And when people bring up, well, this is the worst that Manchester United has been, my response to that is, it's fucking isn't. Stop with this shit with the Premier League and the history of, we haven't done this in the Premier League. We've been shit before. We've been relegated. I think when I was looking through the history, I believe it showed that we've been relegated 4 times, out of the first division before the Premier League started, because I feel like the majority of the world wants to neglect the history of it. Because, yeah, in our minds, we're still the greatest team in the Premier League history. Nobody cares that Liverpool, what they've done. Let's just, 13-2 in the leagues, in league titles. Listen, we've been relegated before, folks. When Sir Alex took over his first 3 seasons, he was 11th, he went to 2nd, and he went back down to 13th, I believe. And then, again, he still had some struggles after that, but we did end up starting off something great. But what was it? We won, I'm trying to remember when we won the European with Matt Bubsby. I think it was 68. Yes, it was 68. I think it was 5 years later we got relegated. There was I was looking just through the history just because, just wanted to discuss the topics. For tonight's episode, it's just at one point, I think it was 4 years. I think it was in the 30s, 4 or 5 seasons where they just were demoted to the 2nd division. I think the one time they did come back and then they got demoted the following year. We've had seasons where we finished 18th, 19th, 16th. We've been in the relegation zone multiple times. To say that this is the worst for Manchester United, it's up there. It's part of history. We're going to be witnessing it. But it's tough. It's been a tough season, folks. We were hoping for it better. To say again, this is the worst Manchester United have been in my lifetime. Yes, as a fan, yes, this is the worst in my lifetime they've been. That's not the worst time we've ever had in history. Like I said, I think it was 2 or 3 episodes or 4 episodes ago. I would have loved to sit down with those types of fans in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, just to talk to them about what was it like? What did you go through? What was the relegation like? Like, what was the mentality of the fans? Like, you were kings of Europe and kings of the league, and then you're out of the league. Like, what went through your head? Like, what went through your head with Atkinson? Like, the lead up to startup Sir Alex. Like, did you want Sir Alex gone? Like, give me the whole shebang. And you want to talk about it. You want to say, hey, it was a refresher. It was this. Like, I know we haven't had any titles in the last 10 years, Premier League titles. And I know the focus should be on the league, but listen, it is a lot harder now to try and compete than it was, I think, a few years ago. Like, there are clubs here that have gotten better. Liverpool is back to full strength. Arsenal's not going away. We don't know what's happening with City, but Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, like, they're there. And you have Brentford, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, who have had good seasons. I mentioned Brighton. I feel like I'm repeating myself from last night's episode. Like, we're going to be in a battle next year, and those clubs that finish up top next year, they're getting funds for the Champions League. They're going to get funds for tournaments that they've won. So, like, it's going to be a battle, and I'm expecting Tottenham to be back on the rebound. I'm hoping that Manchester United get back to the rebound. I hope that we improve. But there are going to be struggles. This is a struggle. And keep going through what you're going through. Like, hate on the manager. Like, everyone's expected their opinion. I am still Amorim in. Like, he's honest. He knows what's going on. He knows that there needs to be a change. But here we are. We're in that zone where it's a struggle. I like I said minutes ago, if this is what gets us a Premier League title, a Champions League, tops 5, 4, whatever, in the next couple years, I will do it 10 times out of 10. I'd rather go through this if it's going to lead to it, if they do everything right. We don't know. And we can shit on the owners all you want. We can. Like, the debt is fucking us. Like, we're screwed with the debt. The cutbacks is affecting it. Like, it destroys the morality of a club. So we're gonna start seeing ourselves back as well. I hope. But it's gonna take time. Like, if this is the road that we have to travel, it is. And again, this isn't Ruben's squad. The only player that he's brought in is Dorgu. So that's one. But he has to build things. Like, I know we've gone through rotation of managers. Not everything's been doing a proper build, but like, we have to get things set. And I don't think Ruben's going anywhere. I don't think he should be getting sacked even next season or the season after, because it takes time to get things right. And that's the one thing too that I was pissed off with Ten Hag last season. We built the squad, but we needed time to build things right. And listen, De Ligt was great. Ugarte was slowly going to start getting himself in, but we had to start building things right. Now, have things gone the right way? Probably not, because obviously Rashford was the way he was, Antony was the way he was, Garnacho. There was problems in that locker room where the culture had to change. The follow-up between Casemiro and Ten Hag was in there. But it's we need time. Like I said, we need massive time. And I know I mentioned that Bruno hot take, but we may need time. That's what it is. It's, yeah. I know I was going to make this a short episode about just today's game, and like it just led into this episode for real. Again, I'm Amorim in time. That's all we need. Like, for all these fans that want to go after him and blame it, like, please. Bruno sucked today. Like, are you going after Bruno or captain? No, he sucked today. Everyone sucked on the pitch today. Everyone did not play well. We lost 2-0. The subs didn't do anything. Like, Mount looked like he struggled. Shaw was a struggle. Like, they were all taken off, obviously for concerns. But, nobody, in my opinion, nobody played well. Like, we started doing the counter, started hoping to get our chances, but we still sucked. Goalie made an incredible save on Rashford. Not on Rashford, Rasmus. Like, we sucked today. That's it. Like, we couldn't get things right. You can make the corners, get those kicks in, whatever, but West Ham parked the bus and we couldn't do squat. We couldn't. We couldn't do anything. And again, like I said, it looked like players were playing with heavy boots. Carry over from Thursday. The mentality, the lapses. The list can go on and on. Like, maybe Ruben needed to throw a couch this time. I don't know. I know there's jokes about the Band-Aid that he had there. Yeah, he probably punched something in anger for the way we were playing. We sucked. And you can go after the manager. I would go after the players. Like, he told them what to do. It didn't work. None of the players, even the substitutions, did anything. We sucked. Yeah, again, I'm just repeating myself, just like I said. But listen, the future, we don't know what the future is going to hold for this club. We don't. I hope it leads to great things. I know it's going to take time. Like, we have youth building up and everything. Like, this is just one of our moments in history where we have been this shit before. It like, there's no, like, we've been shit. It doesn't matter which league we've been in. We've had shit moments. And I know stats, records don't show all the tales, but we've had shit moments. Like, we've had it. We've had moments there we've been shit. And sometimes we had to rebuild things. Obviously, after the Munich disaster, rebuilding that club, getting back to it, that took time. And again, I wasn't there, but I'm sure as they're rebuilding it, trying to get everything back to the Manchester United ways, I'm sure there were struggles there with team performances, getting things back. I know the 70s, there's the struggle. And the struggle came years after them winning the European Cup. But yes, there's been struggles. And we're going to, like, I'd rather have this type of struggle than, this is the type of struggle I want. I'm going to say that, and it's going to sound stupid, but this is the struggle that I'm kind of happy that we're having. Because it's not sugarcoating anything. It's not hiding anything. It's not like last year where we finished 8th with a FA Cup. Like, we still sucked last year. There were problems. Even when we finished 3rd the year before, still problems. Every year there has been a struggle. Like, yes, it's great that we've had seconds a couple times, but for those that have won the league, I believe the points weren't that close. So we've had our struggles. But this is the one that you are good to have because it opens up everything. It opens up what's really wrong with the club from top to bottom, from the owners to the players to everything that's in this club. It doesn't hide it. It's not there. We have issues today. We've had issues yesterday. We're going to have issues tomorrow. But this placement, the way things are going, it reflects on how it is. You can't hide it. All the things that we had before, like the records, Champions League appearances. It was cover-ups for what was really going on with the club. This is now the result of everything collapsing and falling apart all at once. Everything's a factor now. Players playing, the ownership. I'm not going on the coach because Ruben just joined in December and he knows exactly what's going on. He even said this was going to be it, which I am okay with because he was honest about it, but our owners aren't going to be honest about it. We don't have other players willing to step up and do the right thing. Today was just mental lapses, and mentally, the players have the talent to go to the moon, but I swear the mental lapses of these players are the reason why for our downfall. Yes, we have a final in a couple of weeks. Great. I'm happy with it. But is the squad mentally prepared? Like, for real, is the squad mentally prepared for that final? Yes, no, maybe, who knows? It's the truth. We had mental lapses against Lyon. Like, we've had lapses in this tournament. As much as the record dictates what it is, there have been lapses. Again, like I just stated 45 seconds ago, the records hide what's really going on, and the Europa record is hiding what really happened. We saw that if you haven't watched the games, it's there. So again, we're at a point where it's a struggle. So I can continue going on with this episode and just keep ranting on and on and on. But in my final opinion, and again, and I've repeated myself, today's game sucked. I'm still Amorim in, and this is the truth of what the club is. It is. Like, can we get back to what we want? I hope. And hope is a word that can be a struggle. But like I said, I would rather have this show that we are broken than be broken and have it hidden over a top 5 finish. We've been broken. Ten Hag, I think, was it his second summer with the club? This team is now winning the Premier League. He knew then. And people went after him. Ruben knows what's wrong with this club. Try to change. We have to change. And like I said, I don't want to repeat it, but what if this is the end of days for Bruno? No, for real. Like, what if? Whether we win the Europa or not, it could be the final days of Bruno Fernandes. It could be the final days, like Rashford, I hope, is gone. Sancho, I know with the talks of him coming back, hopefully he is gone. I've made my opinion on Antony, but I think him moving on would be the best. Rasmus, I know he's young. I would love for him to stay, but maybe you have to move him on too. Like the additions of Xerxes, De Ligt, I like Mason Mount. Like, you can build that foundation there. Having Casemiro there is good. The leadership that he brings is good. And you saw the bond between him and Ruben the other day. You saw the change of Casemiro now. Now he's going into his final year. That could be it. But let's be real here. What if certain players are going now and it's goodbye? What, like I said, what if this is the final days of Bruno? I don't want to say, like, I don't like saying that, but what if? What if it is the final days? Like, the mental lapses, the commitment, the way everything was today. You can make as many excuses as you want, but there was something going on today, and it reflected on the pitch. Like, the players are, in my opinion, the players are to blame for today because he said it out. You're playing no matter what. But again, like everything that Ruben said in his press conference post game are accurate. There's things going on and it has to change. And he even said some persons need to go. So it's your interpretation, but things could be changing. So I'm going to cut it there for the episode. Again, every time I give myself I'm going to make this short, I'm just going to use reverse psychology. I'm going to start saying it's long now. I'm going to make a long episode. Then my episodes will start being like 15 minutes. Maybe that's what I need to do. But so again, let me know what you think of today's episode. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, feedback. Just all I ask is just be respectful of the comments, please. I'm slowly growing. I'm only what now? 2 months? Not even 2 months yet. With the episodes. But yes, like, subscribe, follow, whether it's on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, YouTube as well. And don't forget, again, Instagram, TikTok, Red Devils Corner Kick Pod, and then on X, RD Corner Kick Pod. So don't forget to follow on those platforms as well. But I went from being short to another long episode. So again, hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you may think. I may have to do a poll. I may do a poll. We'll see. But there's a lot of questions today, and some questions you think about it, some of the comments here and certain things, maybe things are changing. Maybe that's and again, change is good. Like I said multiple times, I'd rather go through this I'd rather go through this because, again, we finished 8th with an FA Cup when we sucked, but there are struggles here, and the way the season's going, I'm happy that our record and style, like play in Premier League, reflects everything that's been going on with this club. I really do. That's basically it. So, so again, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I will be back Wednesday. Get the preview for Chelsea, which is next Friday, and then after that, it's we have 2 games left of the season, the final and Aston Villa. So lots to do and get things prepared, especially with the tour happening at the end of the season, summer transfers, the FIFA Club World Cup. A lot of things are going to be going on. So, yes, enjoy the start of your week. Enjoy your Monday. I will be back Wednesday just to catch up on summer transfer targets, preview for Chelsea, because again, that's leaving open question marks as well. Chelsea need to do some stuff in this game, so that the race on for the top 5, top 6 it's really there for Champions League. So, enjoy the rest of your night. Good morning, depending on where you are in the world. Good evening, depending on where you are in the world. So, again, hit like, subscribe, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and then follow me on social media, Instagram, TikTok, and on X as well. I will be back. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick Podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.